Hello, welcome to Sassy Celiac. This is my introduction video. My name is Ayana, and for this video, I'm going to start packing my suitcase for a trip that I have coming up, and as well as go over kind of what some of my goals is with this channel, and then some of the things that I may not cover, but basically just tell a little bit about my story, and so you guys can get to know me. Alright, so first things first, I don't know if you guys can see, but I got a lot I need to fit into a carry-on because we are dealing with a government shutdown, and I, for one, don't want to risk not having my stuff where I'm headed. So in my mind, I'm like, if I can fit all this into this carry-on, like, I'll be good, because then I still have room in my purse and I can fit other stuff in there, but at least I know for sure I have my clothes. Now, what I do have a bad habit of when I do travel is, in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I bring it as a carry-on going there, great. But if I check it when I leave, it's not the end of the world if it gets lost, because, hey, I've already gone on the trip. I've already taken the pictures I need to take. So if this stuff gets lost, I'll get it back eventually, hopefully. But with everything that's going on, I'm like, yeah, no, I need to stick with keeping my bag with me. Okay. So, Sassy Celiac. Where did this come from? Back in May of this year, 2025, I was officially diagnosed with celiac disease. Now, for those of you that don't know what celiac disease is, essentially it basically your body sees gluten as kind of like this toxin, and like it's attacking your intestines. So where everyone's like intestinal walls are kind of like open like this, right? Mine's are like this, which means that I'm not getting any nutrients. I'm not getting what I need to survive and support like other organs in my body, because gluten has basically forced my intestinal walls to be like, no, back away. So I got officially diagnosed back in May. I started my full gluten-free like diet journey around June. And when I was going through that, and just kind of like doing research, I was like, okay, let me see some people, right? We are in a day and age of like looking for influencers, looking for people who are sharing their story, who are talking about this. But one thing I noticed is that there was not a lot of people that looked like me. So I did some more research, and I realized that for Black and brown communities, celiac disease and other like gastrointestinal diseases and conditions tend to go undiagnosed for various reasons. I will say for me, I'm truly grateful that I was able to figure out what is happening with me, because I had my first colonoscopy back when I was like 10, 11. Like, it was like middle school when I had my first one, and that was not fun. Also, most people don't really have theirs until they're in their 40s. So like, I knew there was something wrong, but it's just, it was like a prolonged journey of finally getting a clear answer. So that's why I'm very grateful that I was able to finally get those answers. But I do know that, like, from research, that's not the case for a lot of Black and brown people. And especially what I learned is that there's so many cultural differences between like diets that for some people, they're like, oh, well, I knew I probably had something going on in my stomach because I kept eating certain things and it would hurt. Or like I would eat something and I would blow, or my acne would start messing up, eczema, like all these different like side, like symptoms that typically come with celiac disease. They were like, I just started experiencing that and I knew something was wrong. And I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, I grew up in a household where if your stomach hurts, just drink some Canada Dry and go sit down and you'll feel better. That's not always the case. Like, there actually can be something going wrong. Now, sometimes you do actually just need some Canada Dry. That's it. But that is kind of what I found, like, the research. So I was like, oh, well, this kind of sucks. Like, I would rather be able to have someone that looks like me, that has grown up in a similar culture as me, to understand, like, having a disease like celiac disease is not as simple as, oh yeah, just go gluten-free, when I'm like, I've grown up in, and I've lived in the South all of my life, where everything has flour on it. Okay, you deep fry butter is a thing. So for other people in other cultures in other parts of the world, it may be as simple as, oh well, you just have to cut out this one dish out of your diet. I'm like, I can't go nowhere and just eat something. I can't go in the store and be like, oh yeah, that'll work. Food Lion, their chicken was actually good. Publix fried chicken, so good. I can't eat that anymore. And even if you've been to Publix, you know they have like the wings that don't have the breading on them. I can't eat that because they still fry it in the same oil as the wings that do have the breading and everything else in one fryer. And with celiac disease, cross-contamination is one of the bigger factors of where some people get gluten, and they start having like symptoms and those effects because something got crossed somewhere. Okay, so that's why I was like, okay, well, I guess that leaves my opportunity to kind of share about my journey, right? So that was in like June when I came up with that idea. As you can see, we're in October, and I'm just now creating an introduction and making a video and starting this channel. Mainly because like I've spent so much time these last few months just balancing, like, okay, work, food, living, and then doctor's appointments, other tests, what health problems do I need to also concern myself with? What other measures do I have to take? So now I'm here. I'm making the video, and I'm sharing it with my story with you all, as far as like, this is kind of why, and a little bit about celiac disease. We'll also get ready for like my first trip. Since being diagnosed, where I am the only person in this friend group that does have celiac disease. So funsies. I'm very grateful because like where I'm going, there are a lot of like gluten-free options that are out, so it won't just always be me kind of waiting to get back to where we're staying to like eat something because I can't eat anything. I still would be carrying some snacks and stuff around with me because I've seen from other travelers where they're like, just in case, just always carry like food with you. Also with like the shutdown, I hope there isn't a delay in my flight, but if there is a delay in my flight, at least there's something I can eat in the airport, and not feel like sick or starving, because that does happen a lot. Outside of that, I don't know. Okay. So, also with this channel, not only will I be talking about kind of like celiac disease and living with that as a Black woman and living in the South still, but I'll also be talking about kind of just like relationships and what that looks like, and then like lifestyle changes and how what a lot of people describe it as is like you go in for one doctor's appointment and then your entire life changes. And so what comes with that, as well as some things that like I've just talked to like my therapist about. Since being diagnosed, she's been a great help as far as like, hey, well, look at it this way, or no, those feelings are valid. And I think that's kind of important. I know some people, whether or not you've been like diagnosed with like celiac disease or some other form of like autoimmune disease or like heavy like illness that is like changing a lot around you, I guess like sometimes you get that feeling of like, oh, I don't want to be the burden, but it's like you're not the burden. I promise you, you're not. What I've learned in therapy is that just because you need to speak up for yourself and because you need to say like, hey, like this is not gonna work, like I can't have this, because if I have this, like I might, right? Just because you say that does not take away like, oh, like, well it's not fair for other people. It's okay. It's okay. Like I've come to realize that like those that care about you will understand that that's a change that you've had to make, and they will support you and they will care for you, and whatever you need from them, they have your back. And so I think that's super important. Also, like, considering the holidays are coming up, I'm like, this is definitely the time to be speaking up. Like, yeah, I can't eat that. I want to though. It looks good. It looks great actually, but I can't have that. So yeah, I think that's part of it. And then outside of that, it'll be a few videos of like just me in my room doing something, like folding. Look at this jumpsuit. It's so cute. Okay, it's really cute. But I'll do that. Also some travel videos because I'm still planning to travel. Also some planning of those travels, considering like I have to find like gluten-free options, like where I'm going, and you know, do more research. You'll come to learn that I am a type A planner. I like a good itinerary. If you ever need some ideas, trust me, I have them. And I am a good Canva girly. Like everything, I'm a plan it and I'm a decorate it and I'm a design it, and it's gonna look cute because hello. And I think that is pretty much it as far as like an intro about me. I don't think I left anything out. Now, as far as like this packing, yeah, I don't know about me. I'm sure I can see this lot of stuff here. It's gonna have to be done by tomorrow because I leave on Thursday. And I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. We got our fingers crossed that I'm gonna do it. If y'all see next week's video and you're like, girl, what? You're still packing? No, I just gave up and I threw everything in here. But I'm gonna make it to my trip. I'm gonna still go there, and it's all gonna fit.